Nathan Prescott comes from a wealthy family, one of the influential families in Arcadia Bay. This privilege, however, becomes a double-edged sword, because with this privilege, he faces immense pressure from his family or parents to uphold their family name. This pressure manifests his mental health struggles, causing anxiety and paranoia, which we see throughout the game. Another crucial aspect of Nathan's character is his mental health. The game portrays Nathan's struggles with anxiety and depression realistically. His erratic behavior often alienates from his peers, leaving him isolated in the beginning. In numerous scenes, we see Nathan grappling with his feelings of inadequacy. His violent outbursts can be attributed to emotional turmoil rather than a genuine malice. Even though he was a D1 crash out throughout the game, this low-key can make you reconsider your initial impressions and evoke sympathy for a character that we typically label as the bad guy. Yes, he was wrong for pointing a gun at He was wrong for even having a gun in the school in the first place. I ain't gonna lie, I did not like the dude. Bro had attitude problems. He always got some smart shit to say. But when I realized that Mark Jefferson and his family, basically anybody and everybody, was responsible for him acting this way, I ain't gonna lie, I low-key feel sad for the young boy. One of Nathan's most significant challenges is the cycle of abuse this man endures. Throughout Life is Strange, Before the Storm, or even in Life is Strange 1, we witness his interactions with other characters that reflect a pattern of bullying and manipulation. From the beginning, Nathan faces contempt and betrayal, not only from his classmates, but also from the adults in his life. The influence of figures like his father, who has been pushing him further towards destructive behaviors, or Mr. Jefferson, who has been feeding into Nathan's drug addiction and used that against him just to get what he wants. This creates a tragic cycle where Nathan's victimization drives his villainous acts, leading to a complex narrative that invites empathy. So as we piece together Nathan's intricate story, it's essential to reconsider his role in the game. Is he truly the villain, or is he a character overwhelmed by circumstances beyond his control? Nathan embodies a tragic hero in a twisted sense, if that makes sense, fighting against a legacy of abuse and expectation. Ultimately, this complexity makes him a victim of both his environment and his choices. It's clear that his character serves as a poignant commentary on mental health, abuse, and the impact of wealth and privilege. When we first encounter him in Life is Strange, our immediate reaction is often steeped in fear and disdain. He presents himself as an aggressive and hostile person, especially in that infamous bathroom scene. Many people, myself included, instinctively label him as the villain. But it's understandable though, and it's right to criticize him, because Nathan's behavior is alarming, and he clearly uses intimidation to exert his dominance and power over others, especially with Max and Chloe. We don't see the fragile, troubled boy behind those angry outbursts right away. His initial portrayal pushes us to see him as a typical bully or the rich kid stereotype. But as the narrative unfolds, we begin to scratch beneath the surface of that hostility. This reflective journey invites us to reevaluate our judgments and empathize with this goddamn piece of shit right here. Cause Lord have mercy Jesus, he made it hard for me the whole game. Like throughout the game, man, I was just praying for this man's downfall. I didn't wish death on him, but I wish just something happened to the man, god dang. As we navigate deeper into the story, we start to uncover layers of Nathan's character. The moments where he talks to himself reveal the internal conflict he wrestles with. He is not just a bully, but a deeply troubled teenager. The desperation he shows, especially when confronted with pressure of expectations, make us reconsider his actions a little bit. Well, that's just me personally, cause I know there's a lot of sensitive people who love to judge a book by its cover, and Lord have mercy, I ain't gonna lie, when I started doing videos of Life is Strange characters, I should've known I was gonna get some type of hate. I was kinda nervous doing this because I know Life is Strange, it presents a very passionate fan base. Like, a very passionate fan base. Nathan admits feeling pushed throughout his life, suggesting that much of his aggression stems from his own sense of helplessness. We begin to recognize his behavior as not inherently evil, but rather a cry for help, manifested in the worst ways too. As we progress in the game, it becomes evident that Nathan is being manipulated, particularly by figures of authority like his father and even Mr. Jefferson. One of the most tragic aspects of Nathan's journey is how he is exploited by those around him. His father, Sean Prescott, literally enabled this manipulation, using Nathan as a pawn to maintain the family image and their influence. Their interactions are chilling, to be honest with you, especially in that one scene we literally yell at the poor boy at the play, talking about he weak as shit. Bob would have smacked him in his face. Sean's threats and tactics stripped Nathan of autonomy, creating a sense of powerlessness that drives him further into despair. Then you have Mr. Jefferson, who takes advantage of Nathan's vulnerabilities, leading him to become complicit in dark acts without fully understanding their implications. This dynamic showcases a pattern where Nathan, despite his initial villainous appearance, is being used as a tool for the literally motives for others, constraining his potential for redemption. In the end, Nathan Prescott represents more than just a villain in Life is Strange. He embodies the tragic consequences of pressure, abuse, and mental illness. As you progress through the game, you can't help but feel the weight of his story in your hearts. By shifting our perspective, we learn that sometimes the faces we label as villains are merely casualties of their circumstances, and that is why Nathan Prescott, other than Kate, is the most victimized character in Life is Strange.
You have one new message. Message received yesterday at 9 p.m.
Max, it's Nathan. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt Kate or Rachel or I didn't want to hurt anybody. Everybody used me. Mr. Jefferson is coming for me now. All this shit will be over soon. Watch out, Max. He wants to hurt you next. I'm sorry.